Welcome, guys, to Capital City Podcast. We're going to explore the heartbeat of Sacramento as we dive into the dynamic world of business entrepreneurs, showcasing the city's real estate visionaries, trailblazing business owners, and vibrant artists and athletes. Every episode paints a vivid portrait of the city's innovation, ambition, and creative spirit. Let's uncover the stories that shape Sacramento's identity and inspire the next wave of pioneers. How's it going, guys? This is the first episode of Capital City Podcast. I am your host, Josh Pobletti. I have a really special guest today here with me. This is Madison Bristol. She's a local entrepreneur here, specializing in Airbnb management, has her own cleaning company, and now is getting into boutique hotels. So great to have you, Madison. Thanks for jumping on today.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your business and what made you go into Airbnbs.
I got into Airbnbs when I got my first cleaning contract for an Airbnb. And through the course of doing that for a while, I understood how to make the guests happy, what they're looking for, and how to create an experience. And that kind of led me into the management side of things. That's
awesome. So you were essentially starting your own business coming out of college, correct? So how many businesses do you currently have, and what kind of businesses are you looking forward to creating?
So currently I have 3 different types of businesses, one being property management, the other being the cleaning company, and I have a third one doing interior design. Right now, awesome. I'm mainly focusing on Airbnb designs at the moment, and then I actually just got a new property. Today I went to a meeting for a wedding venue on the Sacramento River. So I'll be doing awesome. Designs for that.
Okay. Awesome. So the wedding venue space is kind of taken off, I'm assuming, and a lot of, people are wanting to find nice like boutique wedding venues, boutique hotels. So tell me a little bit about as well, your design influences. What do you look for when you're looking at a wedding venue or a boutique hotel or Airbnb? What kind of design do you like to implement?
I like to go with a neutral aesthetic if possible. I know color is, nice as well, like pops of it. But right now, even with this one on the river, it has a lot of greenery and grass, and they're going to come with their own flowers and their own aesthetic. And so I kind of want to just have it be a neutral, beautiful platform for them to come and add their things to it. Yeah. And I'm hoping to help them with that as well. Like when people reach out to me for weddings, they kind of let me know what their aesthetic is, and I'm able to create that experience. And we're actually going to have another venue in Placerville too. So
oh, nice.
Ranch style and waterfront. So I'm looking forward to both of those because they're going to be 2 great venues.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you come across these deals?
Honestly, it kind of flowed organically. People I know, the thing I like about my businesses is they all go hand in hand. The design, the cleaning, and the management. Most people need all of it. So it kind of trickled in that way, if that makes sense. I don't do a lot of advertising, but hoping with exposure like this will create more opportunities in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So any big social media presence, or this is what you're trying to do right now? Is
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm so busy with my work that I have a little time for that. So I'm trying to get more on social media with Instagram, these podcasts, just taking video content too, I think is important, because when a client contacts me like, hey, what can you do? What do you have to show? I want to be able to have all those things like reviews from guests, pictures and videos from design jobs. I just want to have it so they don't have to ask, a lot of different questions.
Right. So, that's awesome. So the long-term goals that you have right now, so you're saying that you want to get into a, boutique hotel. Placerville has that big event space. Looking into 2024, what are some goals that you have specifically for this coming new year?
My goal is definitely to expand. One person can only do so much, and I'm really focusing on my team of good people to help me reach the goals. And I really just want to focus on the networking and the visionary process. And unfortunately, a lot of the backside of business is time consuming, paperwork, bookkeeping, advertising. So going into 2024, I really want to separate myself from that and just work on improving and expanding versus trying to tackle everything on my own. Because when you do all of that, you get overwhelmed. And it took me a while to come to the conclusion that I can only do so much by myself and I need help.
Right.
So
You have a good team in place and people that you can rely on currently with your businesses?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just having my cleaning team dialed in too is very important. That's with my background in cleaning, that's exactly what my eye goes to in any property. I think it's important for the value. So I think the team is already there. It's just a matter of having it be seamless, the process. That's what I want for 2024. I don't want any bumps. I know bumps are going to happen, but I want things to be, I don't want to receive any phone calls. I want the team to know what they're doing.
Right.
100%.
Right. Awesome. And so this isn't even like a side gig. So all of your businesses combined, you're able to live full time off your businesses. Is that right?
Yes. So full time, the management, the cleaning, and the design, which requires hustle. I mean, being an entrepreneur and not being able to just clock in 9 to 5 and make your money, like you have to make sure there's jobs happening for all of the businesses. I have to make sure I'm meeting my numbers and also meeting the owners or the investors as well and keeping them happy for the properties. So it's pressure, but it's also fun for me.
Yeah. I think it's like the entrepreneurial spirit, you like being pushed to the edge and performing and then getting, constantly growing and pushing yourself. So that's really awesome. So to piggyback off of that, what are some things that you would say to your younger self or even, new entrepreneurs, young female entrepreneurs trying to jump into the design game or Airbnb or, event space?
I would say in general, don't let anyone else tell you what you should be doing and always go with what you think you should be doing. Because I think a lot of the years leading up to creating my businesses, everyone's like, well, you should do this. It's safe. It has benefits. It makes this much money. And I always was a hustler. Like I was used to that already. I knew that I had the mentality and the work ethic to run multiple businesses, to be successful, not just run them, but run them right. So just always trying 110%. And also I would tell people getting into anything new, you have to make mistakes and no one's perfect. It's just all about how you handle those mistakes. And people are more prone to forgive you or understand when you handle, what you did wrong, if that makes sense. Like for your cleaning aspect, like building that first business, you don't even know how many people reached out to me and was like, this could be better or this, and the way I handled it was like, I'm really sorry. I'm going to send someone over there right now and we're going to get it handled. And that person would call me again. Yes, we made a mistake, but we fixed it. And it's the way we handled it that showed them that we're worth the money and them using our business.
Right.
So I tell all of my employees and colleagues that it's okay to make mistakes. Just next time, remember that mistake. Don't make the same mistake twice because then you're just repeating and at that point it's on you.
Right.
But that's what I would tell people getting into it because it's not easy and there are mistakes that are going to be made. And don't be scared to ask for help. A lot of people are scared to ask questions because they don't want to seem incompetent. But the things I've learned in business have been from mentors or people at a similar either lifestyle business that I'm in that I've collaborated and listened to how they got to where they are and how they got through certain bumps in the road.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you were pretty much born into real estate. So tell me a little bit about, your father's business and how that kind of got you into the position that you're in as well.
Yeah, so my grandma was actually the first real estate agent in my family, and she's been doing it. I don't want to say the wrong amount of years, but I want to say probably 40 years now.
Oh, wow.
My dad is now a broker, and he was always into real estate, and he got into construction. But growing up, I'd go to all the open houses. I'd go to, I'd go and meet with clients. I would hand out flyers, and so I always had a love for real estate, not even because of them, but I remember as a kid, looking on Zillow and Mom, we should buy this house. Just always fantasizing about other homes, just curious about the price of different homes. So I just found throughout my life that I was just always interested in real estate, which kind of helps with the property management side as well. But once I finish my license, I'll be selling homes too, and I'll add that to
another business.
Yeah, another business.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's crazy, how family members can help you understand a business, and sometimes, for me, I hated going to my mom's flips, tearing down walls, helping her bring in furniture, but now I love it. It's kind of weird. Now that I'm actually in it, I'm making money off of it. You get to put a lot of your creativity out there, and you can, lead, have everything go the way that you want. In a lot of ways, you can control a lot of the things, but also, having that great team behind you is super important, like you were saying. So
yeah, it's definitely hard when you're an outsider and you're the one getting told what to do. So sometimes it's hard for me to tell people because I don't want to come off the wrong way. But at the same time, when you want something done a certain way and you care about it, you're going to have those comments and critiques because that's just the way of business. And it's hard to even get to that point because some people lack the confidence to say how they feel, but it's very important when you're wanting to get things done right.
Yeah. So would you consider yourself an introvert or a little bit of both?
I don't know. I'm an extrovert, I think.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty outspoken, but I'm reserved at times too. I like to observe people as well and listen to them, but I also like to talk a lot, so I'm kind of in between.
Okay.
Sure.
It's an ambivert. That's what I heard is you're very outgoing around the right people, but you become an introvert when you're not around the right people.
Oh.
And then you can also perform really well. Ambiverts are, performers a lot of the times. And then when they are behind the scenes, they just don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just kind of interesting, some people can do that.
I never have heard that before, but I've noticed with myself, and it's not to say that I don't mean to come off like a mean girl or whatever, but when I'm in the right conversation with the right person, I could talk for hours. But I notice sometimes when I'm talking to other people that may not have the same mentality, it's a bit hard to keep conversation because it's just not interesting.
Right.
I want to surround myself. I don't need to be in the same business field with someone to have a conversation, but just people who have the same mindset no matter what you're doing, even if you're working a 9-to-5 or working for another company. It's just all about your mindset for me.
Right.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. It's always that you're seeing people who are wanting to do more and grow and essentially create. A lot of creatives turn into entrepreneurs because they're able to create businesses. They're able to create, art. They're able to do things that a lot of people don't really want to do because being an entrepreneur is really difficult to start. Yeah. But once you start creating, it's really hard to stop.
Yeah.
I think, I'm never going to stop creating businesses. I'm going to always strive for bigger, better, the event spaces that we're going to get, the hotels that we're going to get, management companies we're pursuing and becoming. So yeah, that's really great. How we, as entrepreneurs, especially here in Northern California, it's a dog eat dog world out here. California in general is very difficult to succeed in business. So it's really great seeing somebody, who's your age, 23 years old,
Yeah.
been able to create 3 successful businesses and keep growing as the years go by. So
it's scary, for sure. I mean, getting into it, not to deter people, I think it's an amazing feeling knowing I got myself all of these opportunities because of how hard I worked. And that is special to me. And also being able to help other people is what I like probably the most about all my businesses, like finding good help and being able to create a job for them is kind of a cool feeling because then they're happy and they're taking care of their families. And moving up to the small town I live in just outside of Sacramento, there's not a lot of job opportunities and a lot of people are in need of that. And hiring people up there, you could just tell how thankful they are for the opportunity. And they work really hard for that. So not only creating it and having the satisfaction of it being successful, but bringing other people into that success has been cool. And yeah, I want to perfect my businesses I have now. I think I perfected the cleaning portion and my design and my management, but I really want to focus on real estate just overall, like anything to do with Airbnbs, like real estate investment, selling and buying of homes will be my long-term focus. But I think I'm always interested in other things. Like if the right opportunity, such as like a wedding venue, is a little bit outside what I've done, but I think with research and giving it 110%, I think I can make it successful. So
absolutely. Yeah. So last thing to touch up on, you were talking about the wedding venue and, your first couple bigger projects you want to take on. So I've been hearing a lot about Golden Hill Ranch, this, multi-million-dollar property in El Dorado County, which is a very lucrative area. A lot of people bring their money out there. So what's the story behind Golden Hill Ranch and what is it exactly?
So Golden Hill Ranch is a ranch-style resort. It has a massive pool. We're putting in spas, a big deck space. There's going to be a wedding venue. We're hoping to put in a barn-style one. There's a main house that wedding parties or anyone can rent out on Airbnb. There's going to be yurts and a couple different ADU buildings as well. So we're hoping to put on Airbnb, but also people are open to book the whole thing for events. We're going to have different activities there. We're hoping to add like cornhole tournaments, bocce ball courts.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a lot of fun.
A lot of fun for sure. And it's close to Apple Hill. And that's, if anyone's from California or Northern California, that's like a super popular spot in the fall time. There's whitewater rafting. I've never done that before, so I don't think I've even said that word before, but there's skiing and snowboarding. So there's a lot of opportunities and activities outside of the ranch, but we're hoping the ranch is also somewhere they can just go and have an experience, like a resort style experience.
Right. That sounds really fun, like honestly. Yeah. So you have the huge pool, you have a lot of things that are going for the property. I really want to go visit it. So let me know when you guys get that thing up and running. So
I'm excited for the pool this summer. That pool is huge. I just want to put my floaty in there and spend the whole day.
So that brings us to the end of our interview or our podcast. Thanks so much for jumping on.
Of course.
And really looking forward to the new projects. Obviously, Golden Hill is a big one. Any plugs that you want to give our audience before we leave?
What are plugs?
Like social media plugs?
What are those?
Follow me at.
I think my Instagram is bristol.properties. BRISTOL.properties. And I'm working on my other social media, so stay tuned. I need to develop that, busy with opportunities and work. So
Awesome.